Hello, good morning. It's wonderful to be with you again. It has been a while since I've shown myself or anything of Blue Garden Cottage on YouTube for more than 2 weeks. So I have been busy doing stuff, but not too much because I've been focusing on spending time with my brother who I hadn't seen for more than 14 years. So I apologize for not letting you know more regularly that I'm still here, but I don't apologize for prioritizing time with him. There's just no guarantees of when I'll be able to see him again. No guarantees and no promises, especially this year. But we hold thumbs. We are hopeful. We'll plan on seeing each other again, even if we don't know when. We'll just be positive. Right, now, what have I been doing other than spending lots of wonderful time with my brother and making memories? We have a new cooker. Thank you, my brother dear. We have a new cooker and oven. He insisted he wanted some bread, so he was going to replace my oven and cooker. So that has been lovely. And I have been baking. But of course now we're going to bring that baking down a little bit. Ovens are very expensive to run. And also, we're just, this time of the year is where we get that, I get that boost of energy. Normally right the way through from autumn to the end of spring. But it fizzled out by the time it started in autumn, and nearby December I had the energy, and then it just fizzled out. It's just so busy, so chaotic. I am so glad last year is over and done with. I don't like wishing away time, but I'm glad that's over and done with. And this year has, as I wanted it to, and as I hoped it would, as I intended it to, this year has started much better than the last, well, 7 or 8 years. And it's been a better start this year than any of those. And I've been able to get a few things done that I've been planning on doing for a very long time. I have also finally got to get some new buttons for my coat because it's lost most of its metal buttons, lovely ones. And I couldn't find exact replicas of them. So these are going to come off. There's 4 of them, so there'll be the lapels and the cuffs, and these will be down the front. So it'll be a working coat again with proper buttons, and it will be tidied, and I shall get rid of the pilkin. So I shall give my coat, which used to be my daughter's, by the way, I shall give my coat a nice tarting up and refreshing and make that last longer. So yeah, there's always a way. Don't throw it away. Upcycle, improve, repair, all of that jazz. And another thing I have been upcycling and repairing and making into something I like is that. Let me show you that now. So the old lampstand, as I intended, has now become part of a different kind of lampshade. The original lampshade that had lots of nasty old 1980s, rather horrid fabric on it was ripped off, and I wound the battery powered lights that were around the Christmas tree. I wrapped one of them around here, hooked on my clip-on butterfly Christmas decorations and some little plastic crystal-y things. Made sure that all the butterflies, even on the inside, face this way, because that's the face of it, and it hangs up in that corner on the table. And for the top, I used the one bowl my husband made a few years back to put the battery pack inside. Drilled a hole in it and fixed it to the base. I think that turned out quite nice, I do. So it just goes. If I'd put the lampshade the right way around, it would just be too tall. I wouldn't like it, and I think it looks better like that. I like it. And that's what's important. If you like something, then do it. It's for your own space. Enjoy. I'd say that's very effective. That's better. It's very effective at night, I think. I quite like it. It's not as yellow in the camera as it is in reality, so it's much warmer. I think it came out really nice for that, for battery-powered lights. That's what I've been doing this week. It's been great. And these Christmas lights, obviously, that I had on the Christmas tree, the battery-powered lights, the batteries are still going, and I've put them up on there. So when I took the Christmas tree down, it just left a bare, empty corner, and I didn't like it. And I intended on using that lampstand. I had the shade for it, and now it's there. It's lit up that corner again. I like it. So I'll just have to buy some more of those battery-powered lights for the Christmas tree for the end of this year. I have, oh yes, yesterday. Today, obviously, the video's coming to you a day later, because I did actually work on and publish my first ever podcast. It is on Spotify. I'm struggling to be able to share it with the other platforms. For some reason, it won't let me do that. I'll see if I can put a link in the YouTube description box underneath on the YouTube video. I don't know if I can. It doesn't seem to want to work. So, you know, I'll figure that one out. You know me in tech. I'm still learning how to do loads of stuff, and it is really tricky. But the podcast is live on Spotify and Anchor. And that was my first ever one. And we're talking about January, and we're talking about goals and the difference between quick and easy to fail goals and evergreen goals. So if you want to have a look at that, if you do have Spotify or Anchor, or if you are on Facebook, on the Blue Garden Cottage page, I have posted that video, although I don't even know if it is on there because I can't seem to find it. It was on my personal page, but you can't get to my personal page unless you're a friend on my personal page. So I'll have to figure that all out, and I will do. So yep, goal number 1 with podcast for January, that is done. Podcast will be done on the 4th week of every month, replacing the Self-reliance, because it is the Self-reliance one. So I will try from now on to do video podcasts so that I could separate the audio and then upload it to the podcast platform. That way I can do both on YouTube and on the podcast listening one. So yes, that's been a very sharp learning curve. I am this week opening up a separate bank account so that I could start redirecting income from the books as soon as they come in. Last year, big wow, I calculated I made £27 the entire year. This year will be totally different. This year is going to be much better because I'm working. I'm going back to proper work hours. I know there's going to put a few noses out of place, but I have to be strict. This is my job, and I have to treat it as my job, as I've said before. So knuckling down, putting on my dragon scales. This year is going to be the year that I finally crack this tricky thing. So yeah, progress already. Today is the day of opening a bank account. I have had, with the Christmas monies that we've been given, there's a little bit to go in there, so I can have that ready to pay for my research tools and also some of the design tools that I need for the books, or to pay for ISBN numbers, because Amazon don't do ISBN numbers for medium and low content books anymore. But for my own books, I do need ISBN numbers, and if I buy a batch of 10, it's cheaper than buying individual ISBN numbers. So I'll do that, and if I've got a little bit of money in the bank, I can pay for the ISBN numbers, and I can use them as and when I need to, because they're mine. But then I've got something separate to keep away from personal finances, and that should help to keep things streamlined, because obviously if I'm going to be making money this year, I'm going to be paying tax. So I need to keep my books, and I need to do things above board. because I like a stress-free life. Well, in some aspects, I know we need stress. Otherwise, we don't grow and develop. But never mind, that's waffling. So that is it. The energy levels are up. I'm busy working on a few bits and bobs that need doing, little things that add up to a whole bunch of things. I have actually been able to dust and tidy in the living room this morning, and it feels great. Now I just need to do the rest of the house. I have got my electric propagator out, ready for seeds that I'll be sowing next week. I'll be going through my seed box and checking all the seeds that I have and doing my garden specific plans. Even though I had the ideas for the projects for the garden, now I'm going to do my seed and planting plan as well. So next week you'll see that. Week after that I'm not here, I'm away for a couple of days. But yeah, next week is preparing for the garden. You'll see that one. And that's about it. That's all I can tell you right now. There's been lots going on, lots doing. It's been a crazy busy month already, but already we're achieving goals. We're getting things done. Again, I'm quite sure you're bored of this by now. So I am going to love you and leave you with a thought that I mentioned in the podcast last night. I would like you to take away from this video, if anything else, that yes, this is the beginning of the year, that people set their goals and get ready to change their lives and the world around their environments, get stuck in with energy, and that energy fades quickly. And I'm hoping that we can all work together to keep that energy going, to keep that, oh, that was it. If all you take away from this video is the importance of having a very strong, compelling why you make your goals, why you want to do the things you do, why you have the plans you have, what is motivating you most. That is the most powerful tool to help you keep the momentum on your goals. And that is the first and most important of the four big tools that I use in my goal setting and working on. So that's the most important thing, is the why. Write it down, keep it somewhere, make it fancy, make it a picture you can stick on your wall or on a cupboard, or something you can stick that you're going to see every day to remind you every day of what your big why is. That'll keep you going. Then keep a journal, write it down, write down your why, and then your goals attached to that why, and then do a review. Like I said, every year I do a mid-year and an end-year review, and then I have my Kanban board and my calendar that I work with those annual goals, break them down into seasons and months, and every month I go through the month for the plans, and I do my Kanban board, and then I have my weekly budgeting, my monthly budgeting, and my annual budgeting. That is how I stay on top of achieving goals. And then at the end of it, reward yourself. Recognize where you have actually achieved something. Even if you have not met certain goals, be flexible enough. That is a very important thing in achieving your goals. Be flexible. It's not the end of the world if you don't reach any of one or two of those goals, or if all you've achieved out of your list is one. That is still a success. Your goals need to be evergreen, and you have lots of smaller goals within that evergreen goal that is related, and that is how you can guarantee some success. Your state of mind and your attitude will determine whether it's a good one or a bad. You could say, look at what I didn't achieve and feel bad about it, or you could say, wow, out of all of that I actually achieved such and such. That is how you're going to move forward, and that is how you're going to keep your energy to keep going, and not like a lot of people fade out of your goals by February, and come mid-year there's no sign of the goals you set at the beginning of the year. So this is how we're going to do it. So I'm inviting you to come along with me on our journey this year to see what we do achieve, and I'll share with you how I do that. So until next week, which is the garden week, and we go through all the seeds and planning, think about your goals, think about what you want to achieve, and then take each subject and topic that you work on in your life, whether it's your home, your garden, your job, whatever, and break that evergreen goal into bite-sized chunks, and let's see how we get on. I'll chat with you next week. Have a good one. Stay safe, stay well, stay energized. Take care, folks. Bye-bye for now.